Oh my goodness! We're back for another edition of My Southern Exposure. And it's not this Southern Exposure, it's
not this Southern Exposure either.
But great to be back. As you can see, we continue to improve the studio, and I just think it's
season 4.
Yeah, season 4. Episode 3. And we're just, here, and we're going to talk about some juicy stuff. Oh, my God. And you got another platter. He knows the way to a woman's heart. Oh, my God. I was like, yay! And it has olives this time.
Those, you know what? Well, first of all, welcome. Today is December... Holy moly, 6th, 2021, Monday, December 6th, 2021. Hopefully we will have one more episode before the holidays.
Right.
We'll have to see, fingers crossed.
Yeah, exactly.
Those little olive things always creep me out.
I know, because you said it's like biting into an eyeball.
It looks like an eyeball. It looks like a really mean eyeball. Like the red part, when I look at them, like...
That part right there. That part right there.
That just scares the living daylights out of me. And I've never eaten one.
Yeah.
I've never eaten one because of the way that it looks. It looks like it's mean.
Oh.
But they taste good.
They taste good to me.
Are they salty?
A little salty.
And what else?
It's a unique taste. It's hard to, it's not like a pickle. It's just unique in its taste. You should have one on the camera for everyone.
I don't know about that.
But I'm going to have a piece of cheese.
We might have to get that bucket that's sitting next to you, because if I don't like
it, Lord.
God only knows what's going to happen. I mean, at this point. So, right now, knock on fake wood. Oh, the real wood's right in front of you. This is the real wood.
Oh, yeah.
Knock on wood. Or wood.
It's better to knock on these.
Knock on the knockers. So, goodness gracious.
Well, I can't believe it is going to be 2022.
Yeah.
I can't believe that a whole year has gone by. Time just seems to just go so much faster now. And I remember growing up, time seemed like it took forever. I don't know if it's that as adults, living very busy lives, the time seems to go fast, and when you're a kid growing up, you basically just go to school and come home, and maybe that's why. But honey, it feels like time is flying. I mean, literally, it's and I've heard it from people. Like when I was younger, I used to hear it from older people, and well, now. I'm an older person. I mean, not old, but I'm an older person, and I can say the same thing too. Let's see. No, it's not just you. Why time speeds up as we get older. Oh, I love it. This is why I love co-hosting the show with you, because this is someone that will definitely go and research something on the spot. I'm here talking about, I wonder why, and you just go right there and you're like, okay.
Yeah. But I don't just Google. I find a reliable source. This is from Harvard University.
Yes, of course Harvard.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
Or Yale.
Oh yeah, but of course Harvard.
Or Pennington.
Shout out to Jazz Jennings at Harvard University.
Jazz Jennings.
Yeah, she's at Harvard now. I'm so proud of her.
Jazz.
Yes, I am Jazz. Yes.
What?
She's at
Your
Harvard.
girl?
Yeah. She's
Holy
at Harvard.
moly.
So that's amazing. You know, some strides for trans people, I tell you.
What is she doing there?
Studying.
Well, that's good.
I'm
Obviously.
not sure what her major is, but she is there studying. Yeah.
Well, clearly it's a good source
Yeah.
to go over, but you're not just the only one who thinks that time is speeding up.
Mhm.
Because as we get older, it does.
It does.
It does speed up. And it slows down also as well.
Oh.
It all has to do with relativity, because I've actually already researched this article, ironically. I already researched this like 2 weeks ago during my little hiccup with my medication that I take. I was mentioning it to my partner, Pretty Ricky.
Pretty Ricky!
I was mentioning to him, like, how does it seem? Does it feel like time is speeding up and slowing down at the same time? It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're paying attention to
Okay.
and how much enjoyment that you get from it.
Okay.
So, if you really enjoy something, time goes by quickly.
Got it.
And if it's not enjoyable, it slows down.
Okay.
Just like sitting in your car on 95 going down to Miami.
Wow.
So, it is relative.
It's relative.
Theory of relativity applies specifically with time.
That's amazing. Because time is time.
It's subjective.
So it's
It's subjective.
Wow. That's deep. That's
It is. It truly, truly is. I didn't even plan on bringing up that topic.
Yeah, but see, I brought it up.
I was just going to say, I can't take credit for that.
but you.
That's all you.
But you completed it. So thank you.
Well, you complete me. You definitely complete me.
He's just something else. I should slap you right now.
You're going to have to do with a kick glove. So I have my little tablet on this side.
Okay.
The Miss Queen Bee over here has her laptop over there. The show is not live today, but it will be sometime soon.
But you know what? It almost counts for live because we don't really edit it.
No.
We just, we film the show and we put it out there.
Warts and all.
Mm-hmm.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Mhm.
So, if you have a problem with your side, let me know.
Warts, herpes, gonorrhea, and all.
I don't have any of those things.
Me neither. Thank God.
Why about the same time during the show do we always have a burst out like that?
I know.
Around 10
Well, you
minutes
know
into
what?
it.
They say if you don't laugh, you cry.
Oh, good.
So let's laugh, So what's the first topic, Mr. Avello?
Well, I got like 5 or 6 things to talk about.
Well, let's go for it.
So I don't know which one.
I'm a big girl. I can handle it.
Yeah, and I want to hear your response to these things because some of them are controversial. Some things are really uplifting. Some because we deal with the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I want to hear about what some of your topics are also as well. Oh, wait a second. Weren't you just at some kind of a party thingamajiggy out on the street?
It's a party.
Trans Pride.
It was, yeah.
Let us know how it turned out.
It's been crazy busy. I mean, we had Fort Lauderdale Pride/Trans Pride 2 weeks ago, and I was the official hostess with the mostest at the Transgender Pavilion, and I also was one of the official judges for the parade. So it was a lot of fun. Just a lot of things going on because it happened to fall on T-Door, Transgender Day of Remembrance, and there was some controversy about that, that Pride would be on the same day as that. But what we did is we made the best out of it, and let me tell you, that program that we did at the Pride Festival on the beach, on Fort Lauderdale Beach, so many people were exposed to T-Door. I mean, there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, and the music stopped, and the film strip went of all the the transgender people that have been murdered.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like it was going on and on and on. And I'm going to tell you something. 60, not, don't quote me, but around 69, right? Mm-hmm. How many people died at the nightclub Pulse in Orlando a few years ago?
35?
No, it was 50.
50.
But what I'm trying to say is the numbers, it's just that Pulse happened at one time, whereas this was over a span of a year. But still, the numbers are there.
Was that just for Florida, or was that in the United States?
No, that was the United States.
Well, obviously, it's not acceptable either one.
Yeah, and Brazil, it happens to be the highest every year. They have a lot of trans murders there. But anyway, what I was saying is that there were some people in the community that were upset about that. But I'm like, listen, we trans people make lemon meringue pie out of lemons, okay? Not lemonade, lemon meringue pie, honey. And I said, we're going to make the best of it. So so many people were touched, and these are a lot of these people that were out there, I should say, were people that wouldn't have even really stopped to acknowledge something like that. It was almost like we made them because it was in the moment. And then afterwards, we took a walk over to the water, and we went right by the water, and each of us had two names. And we put the names in the water. It was beautiful. Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah. So, a lot of things going on. There was a program with Ariana Center that I was on the panel for that Thursday before, then Pride, then, of course, Thanksgiving, and then Transsocial, who I am, or which I am, an outreach advocate for. I gotta get the English right.
It's just a funny arrangement of words, the way that you put that.
An outreach advocate for. We had our Thanksgiving community festival out at Mills Pond Park.
Yes.
On Powerline. I passed that park all the time and didn't even notice it.
It's huge.
It's huge. You turn in and
it's like another city. It's huge.
Yeah, and it was really fun. A lot of fun. So and then we had the transgender awards last Tuesday. That was really nice. Where we honor people in the community that are making a difference, a positive difference. And some of our allies. I had already gotten the award a few years back. But no, because it was funny. Some people were making comments like, you should be getting this award. And I'm like, I already got it. Yeah, So anyway, but very, very busy time.
That's good.
Very busy time.
I wish I would have been able to show up. But
on that, I have to have a piece of pepperoni. I'm sorry.
That's some good pepperoni.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. So let's, I guess, dive into pretty, actually, 2 or 3 controversial topics. I don't know which one to go into first. So let's start with something. Well, it's not lighthearted. Oh my goodness gracious! Kind of all these topics are kind of heavy-handed. I guess let's just do that, and we can even it out with good stuff. What do you think about the 3 different stories with 3 different nationality type people who all did the same thing recently that were high school related? I'm not going to say the names of the evil characters, but I am going to put it up this way. One kid got off scot-free just recently with using the crying tears white card. Big shock there. The other kid's parents are now under arrest.
I know.
And the other one, who unfortunately is right in my neighborhood, who had mental health issues that were documented, and people who were taking care of him is going to jail for life.
Spelman Douglas?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The people that were taking care of him? I didn't hear that.
They're not going to prison for life,
Oh,
but he is.
Oh, okay. No, I knew that.
Okay, but
You know,
what's the difference between those three? It's the same exact story.
It's okay. So with the Spelman Douglas kid, I swear to look at him. I mean, you could tell very clearly he must have been bullied.
Yeah.
He does not come off like some tough, rugged kid. I mean, he looks like a wimp, to be honest with you. And I hate to use that word, but, this wimp killed a lot of people. But what I'm trying to say is, my mom and I had a discussion about this not too long ago, and we were talking about when we were in school how we were horribly bullied. And I said, bullying has been going on forever. I said the only difference is now, because of technology, it's filmed and more people see it. Years ago when you were bullied, it was only the people in the immediate area that saw what was going on. So that's the big difference. But as far as the kid, oh God, what's his name? Hightower? No.
Nicholas Cruz.
No, not Nicholas Cruz. You know what? He had to go to prison for life.
Well, he had to.
Because he killed all those people. That was justified.
17.
Yeah, 17 people. But no, the one that got off, you talked about him crying, and my mom it's so funny, my mom was like, where are the tears? He was all like, and there were no tears coming out. I don't know, maybe some people cry without tears, who knows? But I know when I cry, the tears run down. What I will say about that is the stand your ground law is a very, 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 it can be so complicated in the sense that, remember Trayvon Martin?
Yeah.
Okay. And I forgot the guy's name that followed him, but we all know who he is.
Yeah.
He got off on Stand Your Ground. And this is a man that didn't listen to the freaking 911 operator. She said, stand down, not verbatim quoting, but basically she's telling this guy, okay, we got this now.
Right.
You go ahead and go home. We'll have the police come out and see what's going on. Well, he didn't listen, and he followed the kid, and then what happened is, I guess, anyone if you're walking down the street and someone's following you and starting to like interrogate you, you're going to be on like what the fuck, like on like a defense. The kid ended up jumping on him, and he fell back on the ground. And I think he had some bruises in the back of his head. And there were witnesses that attested to that. So, this is the question. And the same thing with this 18-year-old kid that got off, who went to another state with a gun.
17-year-old when he had the gun.
17-year-old. And went to another state with a gun and ended up shooting 2 people. Okay. There's a video that evidently shows one of the people that he shot storming at him with a skateboard. Okay.
Well, that makes sense. If someone has a gun.
Yeah. No. But what I'm saying is, this is where Stand Your Ground gets very convoluted.
He never should have had a gun in the first place.
This is the thing. The same thing with Trayvon Martin's case. That guy should have went home, but he followed him, okay? And so what I'm trying to say is that
it's better to be followed than to
No. What I'm trying to say is that it's kind of like you look at it both ways. You can blame the person for putting themselves in the situation, or in the moment you can look at the thing that may have made them think their life was in jeopardy and they were in fear for their life, and they then did the fatal action. So that's where, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, that's what I mean. That kid, that 17-year-old kid, his ass should have been freaking home in his bedroom, not in some other state running around with a fucking gun, okay?
Just left it up to the cops.
Yeah, really, okay? But the fact is, he went there, and now, according to the Stand Your Ground law, you have to be able to prove that even though this stupid kid, took himself there and put himself in that scenario, in that moment that he killed those two people,
he was in the
did
right.
he feel that his life was being threatened? And that's where it gets really convoluted, because you can blame and say, well, it wouldn't have happened if you kept your ass home like a 17-year-old kid, home and out of that. And the same thing with Homeboy and Trayvon Martin. You could say the same thing, but see, that's where that law is really, really. And now the question is, if these people were black,
it'd be different,
or of color,
they'd be completely different.
Would they be able to use Stand Your Ground? And would people say, "Oh yeah, we believe that they felt in fear of their life"?
No. I can guarantee you no. Abso-freaking-lutely, my hand on a button. Where's my Bible?
Well, listen, being that we're talking about cases, how about the 3 guys in Georgia? The Arbery case.
Oh, don't even get me started.
But listen. Did you all see their faces when the verdicts came back? And let me tell you, they actually thought they were going to get off. But you know what? The former DEA who was suspended, or actually fired from that position, is now facing charges. And so, you know what? So it's kind of a mixed bag. Like, you're seeing justice in some cases, but then you're seeing, other cases where you're questioning whether it's justice or not. So
I think the confusion is that it varies so much from state to state.
It does.
Let's take, for instance, let's just use the state of Florida as an example, considering we both live here. Ron Dick Satan wants to have his own militia. This is a true story.
I heard it.
I'm not making this up.
No, I heard it.
So, are you kidding me?
Come on.
Really? So basically, you want to be a mob boss with your own mafia? Legally?
I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to make Florida an independent country, like from the right, because we are a peninsula.
We could be. So just like Texas can't. It can be split into 3 different states.
Right. So, and I've heard that there's been people that have wanted that, but then you know what happens? We lose all the federal funding, and we become our own entity.
But why would you need federal funding when you have so much money that comes through tourism? Tourism. It sounded like I said a different word, but through tourism. And you got a problem with people coming across the border in Mexico, but it's perfectly fine for you to just not worry about people floating over on a boat? That's okay. That's fine. But you can't do both.
Yeah.
It's either you're okay with everybody, which is what I think it should be. Everybody, it should be open borders. That's the way that I look at it.
We have such a dilemma.
We do.
Because this is the thing. I was a part of a national conference online on Thursday and Friday. And there was different workshops. There was a workshop on LGBTQ and aging. HIV slash AIDS and aging. There was one on Native American. There was one on, oh Lord, I'm losing it. On the rural South. Okay, now let me tell you.
Bow chicken wow wow.
We live in the South. We're here in South Florida, but we're in our own kind of
Bubble.
oasis.
Like a little bubble.
Yeah, like a bubble.
Yeah.
Because this is not the South.
This is not normal.
Yeah, and it's not normal for the South. The things I heard these people say, I was like, is this America? Like, they kept saying, you know, please, we deserve not to be forgotten. All the big cities get, you know, I guess the funding and stuff. And they're like, listen, we're here, we're in America, we're Americans, we're in these small towns, we deserve not to be forgotten. They kept saying that. And I was thinking, meanwhile, how can we open our borders and let thousands of people in when we can't even take care of our freaking citizens who were born in this country, in rural areas, and we can't even freaking take care of them. There was this one Native American guy who said that there's so many areas where people don't even have access to internet yet.
Yeah.
He happens to live across the street from where internet access is, so he can just go across the street. But he says there is like miles and miles of with people that do not have access to internet. And this is in America.
I know.
So this is the thing. So then I question, like, oh my God, how can we? Because listen, if we can't even take care of our own freaking people, is God mad at me?
No.
I heard some thunder.
I think he agrees.
Okay, yes, amen. No, but you know, so it is, and that's not to say that I disagree with immigration, because my father was an immigrant to this country. I believe that there has to be a process, though, because we have our own problems with our own American people, and so, you know, to just like open the borders and have thousands, because listen, 100,000 people, foreigners, have been going through that part, the jungle between Colombia and Panama.
6 months.
Yeah, it can on foot. But this is the thing. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying don't bring them in. Yeah. But there has to be a process. That's like, we can't just go to France and walk in. We can't go to England and walk in. We have to go through the immigration department with our passport.
This is the part that I'm gonna disagree with you on, because sometimes we disagree about stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Because what do you think the process?
I have some cheese
to go with that. What do you think the process was when people came from England and gave malaria to the Indians? Was there a process for immigration when they all came over as pilgrims and raped and pillaged and spread disease and famine and put people on reservations? No. So I agree with what you're saying, but it seems as though the cards are stacked against the people who are immigrating.
Well,
making it so difficult.
Well, now if you want to get into like colonization, that's a whole nother story. I mean, I'm just basically talking about countries with borders and respecting immigration. But if you want to get into colonization,
it just seems a little hypocritical.
I mean, well, let's look at the whole world. Let's look at the whole freaking world, because Europe pretty much colonized the majority of the world.
The entire world.
The English, the French, the Portuguese, the Dutch, and Italy, I think, did like one or two countries, but for the most part,
Romans.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, you know, that's a whole nother story, and we can talk about, for that matter, where's retribution for the slaves?
There's only one. We talked about it.
Yeah,
a
we
long
did.
time ago on the show, I think.
Yeah.
There's one city where they're actually doing reparations and they're paying people.
Yeah, and that's out in California. I can't remember
where.
City, but the bottom line is, I mean,
there should be reparations.
So I mean, that's a whole nother animal.
Oh, that is.
That's a whole nother animal.
Yeah.
So I know.
That's. We haven't even gotten on to the first topic. Well, no, we did. Okay, so the next question I have for you is, with all this COVID stuff going on, the Omegatron and the Galaxy and the this and the that and everything else, I've seen some recent studies that were done in another country, and it's going to be disturbing to say this, but it's true. What do you think about people traveling right now with so many things kind of being still a year and 6 months later up in the air?
Well,
not up in the air in a good way.
But listen, I can take it back to the last topic.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Do we want 100,000 people coming in with this COVID thing going on?
Yeah, but the domestic travel, people can go everywhere.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is that's another issue too. Okay, so anyway, but
no, that makes sense.
Yeah, well, okay, so this is the thing. I know that our government has cracked down on international travel because anyone that comes into this country has to have a negative COVID test 24 hours before. And then it used to be 73.
That's better.
But now it's 24. So we've, but as far as domestically, I don't know. I think the jury's still out. We have to see how this Omicron, I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of crazy because it says it's, I don't have it pulled up right this second, but I saw the video earlier this morning because I was, I think it was not NPR, but the other one, something like that, that I watched the video and they were talking about Europe, in Europe or Germany or something like that, how amongst people who were fully vaccinated, multiple shots, that they didn't have any symptoms.
They're getting the Omicron.
No, but they've been spreading it, and it's going up and up and up, even before Omicron. So a person just like me, COVID-free, tested almost every single week because of everything else that's going on with me. Just like you, but unvaccinated and proud for it, just like you. Vaccinated. 3 shots. Right, so you're doing your thing. I have my booster. You're doing your thing with the good intention. I'm doing my thing with my good intention because of a compromised system right now. And also not being a vaccine person, but that's beside the point. But we're apart from each other. We have our Purell. We have good airflow in the studio and everything else, but it's kind of like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Well, and see, this is the thing. I think a lot of people just want to get on with life and, live. And that's what it is. It's like we're 18 months in now on this thing. And I just think, people are ready to,
fatigue
for things to be okay again. It's not and so, but it's definitely a changed world. I mean, I went to Publix earlier. I had my mask on. I wear my mask when I go out. And about, and it's just a different world. And I don't know if we'll ever go back to the normal that we knew.
I don't think so.
But we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to definitely have to see. I mean, it's one of those things where originally, and I text messaged you about this earlier this week, I said 3 years.
Yeah.
When we first started doing the show.
I know.
And here we are 18 months into it, halfway into it. And now there's a new one. And then there's going to be another one after that. And then another one probably after that.
And the Spanish flu, didn't that go for 2 years?
I think it was
in 1918?
It was 2 or 3.
Yeah. So this will probably go that long too. But
well, it's just interesting. I mean, and not to be hypocritical, we have a friend who's going to be. We have 2 different friends who are going to be visiting from out of state.
Yeah.
And
I heard
Are they
going to be at the Christmas soiree?
No, we're not. I don't think we're having a soiree.
Oh.
I think it's just going to be me, Pretty Ricky and Pretty Ricky's mother, Teresa.
Okay.
There's not going to be a soiree this year just because of, I don't know how I'm going to feel.
Exactly.
Not COVID related, but I don't know how I'm going to feel, so I'm just going to wing it.
You're going to wing it. It's going to be ain't nothing but a chicken wing. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be ain't nothing but a chicken wing. Because he's winging it.
I'm definitely winging it. And your phone, you must be getting a lot of booty calls.
I'm like, what the freak?
That's all you. Mine's going off 3 times.
And I thought I had turned mine down. What the hell is going on?
They must be looking for some of that booty.
Oh.
They're looking for that booty.
Oh my God. Well, let me ask, speaking about booty, okay, let me ask you this.
Yes.
I get a text last night.
Not from me.
No, not from you.
Okay.
But from some guy.
Okay.
And he's a nice guy and everything, but and he's handsome and real cute. And,
what kind of race or mixture?
Well, he's...
Oh, don't say too much.
Okay, let me just say. Okay, so he texts me. Now, I want you all to hear this. Okay.
Oh, you're going to read it?
I'm going to read it, yeah.
I thought you were going to play it.
Hi, Mama. I miss you. I miss Mama taking care of me. Wanna fuck Mama's big ass so bad. Can I come over, Mama? I wanna play. Please? Heart, 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 heart. If you wake up and want your boy to come over, let me know. I miss you. I'll come over and stay for a bit. So now, what I'm getting...
I have so many issues with that entire thing.
Well, okay, so now... My thing is the mama part.
Exactly.
What is that? Is that...
I have no...
Because...
It might be a cultural thing.
Well, because I'm thinking...
He's got mommy issues?
Well, I don't know. But I was thinking maybe he's using it like people say baby. Hey, baby. Hey, babes. But then I wasn't sure. So he's swirly. He's a swirly guy. He's American, and he's swirly.
He's very swirly. Yeah, I think he might be a little. I think this person might be a little too swirly. I'm just saying there's a lot mixed up in that because you said the word mama I think 9 times.
I love him, and let me make something clear.
He's a good guy.
I'd love to be his baby mama if that could happen. If it's me and I were talking about the word mama, but anyway, no, go ahead. So yeah,
you could accept the deposit, but you can't make the exchange. Right?
That's true.
Hey, I could accept the deposit, but I'm not going to accept a deposit from someone with that many word mamas in it. You know what the funny thing is that we were just watching.
What is this one?
Those are chocolate covered cherries.
What? Let me try one.
But I told you. I don't know if they're any good.
No, they are good.
Are they? I don't think I've ever had one.
So
I'll try an eyeball and I'll try a chocolate covered cherry.
Yes, so go ahead.
But we were talking about it yesterday, watching all the old-fashioned black and white holiday movies, and how the husband calls the wife mother, and how the wife calls the husband daddy.
Yes.
And I'm really confused. Like, I call you honey bunny. Like a playful, like a playful term. Or I say, I say honey to, actually I say honey to everybody. No wonder why people look at me so strangely. I say it to men, I say it to women, I say it if they're young or if they're old.
Thanks, honey.
I say honey bunny every single morning. But I mean, the term mama or father, mother or father, or any version of those things, maybe it's just a cultural thing.
Maybe so, because listen, this is another example. I deal with Latino guys, I've dealt with a number of them, and one of the things culturally is that girls or women, when they're dating a guy, they'll call their boyfriend Poppy. Hey, Poppy. Daddy. Now, Poppy means daddy.
Father.
Yeah. Father. But they'll do Poppy Chulo, Poppy, so, it could be cultural.
It definitely could. You got some pepperoni.
Oh, I do on my
Get some
teeth.
No, on your lipstick.
Oh,
Because you're a lip smacking.
oh my God!
No, above.
Oh,
Makeup. Makeup. We're gonna have to have Pretty Ricky start sitting in the dunce corner to move the camera around and to touch up our makeup in between.
Will this freaking phone stop? Now listen.
Apparently not.
When I'm busy, that's when they all want to start texting and calling.
Yeah, I've only gotten like 2 or 3 so far. So, but I'm not internationally known like you are.
Oh, remember that? I ain't internationally known, but I'm known to rock the microphone. Hey, I remember little Kim. How did it go? I used to be scared of the shit. Now I throw lips to the shit. Handle it like a real bitch.
I do not remember that at all. That sounds absolutely pornographic. I don't even know how to even respond to that. Well, I tossed out a couple of topics.
Yeah.
What you got to throw at me besides?
Well, I brought a couple up, but
okay. Well then, let us talk about something that's pretty cool.
Okay.
It's official that I am going to be sitting.
Congratulations!
On the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee for the City of Coral Springs, and it's official as of December 1st. This will eventually probably be up there sometime soon, because it's pretty cool. And it's something that I've been working with people just like you for years, helping people find financing and hooking them up as an advocate and everything
I think
else.
that's great. Congratulations.
Thank you. But I mean, I didn't really know that it was going to be until 2024.
Mm-hmm. So you know what? That's good, because you have some time to really make a difference. You get it? It's not like it's just like a year. You have a couple years to make a nice difference. Yeah. So I think it's good. And I know you will. I know, honey, if anyone knows this one, he's going to go in there and shake things up.
Oh, I am. And actually, the interesting thing is when I pulled up the demographics for race and income level and where all the different, because there's 27 different zones in the city of Coral Springs. I never realized that Coral Springs was such a large city.
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale has 180,000 people.
Uh-huh.
Guess how many Coral Springs has?
How many?
130.
What? Wow. When you think about all those people, I swear, we live in a big world. I mean, it's almost 8 billion people on the planet now. It's 7 point something. Yeah. And that's amazing. I mean, God, and to think, when the planet first started, when, we first came along and developed, God, where we started to where we are, it's amazing.
It is crazy. But I thought we were moving out to the suburbs. I thought we moved out to the suburbs and we're in a smaller area with almost the same amount of people.
You know what that says? A lot of people want to live in the suburbs.
Apparently. I mean, and that's part of the reason why I love being out here, is that, when, I don't know if you noticed or not, but when you pull in, as you come to the community, there's no light poles.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's underground.
That's okay. Wow.
So, in the city, you have the
the
light poles with the wires and everything hanging.
That's smart that it's underground, because when hurricanes come,
it's not
going to blow.
Yeah. I mean, we have the light posts, but there's no wires.
Yeah, wires
hanging
and
anywhere.
Stuff.
Because I didn't notice it until just today. I'm like,
isn't that something?
I looked around. I'm like, where are all the? I'm like, then I went through our little community, Forest Hills, and I was like, where are all the light poles? There are no light poles. I don't know if it's just our community or if it might be just pockets.
Now when I leave to go home, I'm going to be looking at that. Yeah, I'm going to be looking. It's interesting. Sometimes observation, I'll pass something like Mills Pond Park. I'll pass it for ages. I'll be passing, I never notice it. It's just not on the radar. And then for whatever reason, one day I turned and I'm like, wait a minute. Or like, you notice it after a while. It's interesting.
I mean, we used to live actually close to Mills Pond Park.
Off
of, I think, 7th Avenue. Mm-hmm. And we had driven past it a couple times. And then I think we went in there once or twice for like, I can't remember, kickball or baseball or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then I knew it was there because of that. And then the last time I think was before the last storm came through, and they were passing out sandbags.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason.
That's how you know.
But it's huge.
Yeah, it is huge. So I want to bring up a topic. Okay, so Michael Strahan from Good Morning America is going to outer space this week. Now, I have a question for you. If you had the opportunity to go into space, you know how they're going up and they're coming right back down, but they're staying up front. Would you do it?
Absolutely.
You would?
I don't know that I would be able to because of my current situation.
Yeah, but if you could, you would?
I absolutely would.
You would?
Absolutely.
I don't know if I would. I don't know.
I absolutely would.
I think...
In the drop of a hat, I would do it.
You know what? In that particular dynamic, I probably would because they don't stay up there.
No, you're just up and
you just go and you come right down. I would probably do that.
Yeah.
The other one, like where you like when you start going and like being able to go to like space stations and stuff. I don't know if I'd want to do that. But to go up and come down, because at least you get to have like that feeling of like, being weightless. So
that I think.
But my cousin was saying something. Sorry to cut you. She was saying, because she's talking about how like all the rich, like the 1%ers, are planning to like find a way to like be able to leave the planet and live up there, because eventually this planet is gonna die anyway. But I mean, not for like thousands of years. So she was saying that. So I said, but. They have to find a way to create gravity, because, like, to be floating all the time, so she's like, oh, girl, please, they already have that. And I'm like, do they?
Yeah, but it's as long as it's spinning.
Okay.
That's what the thing is that it has to keep spinning. So I don't know if you've ever noticed, like, the International Space Station, where they show video of it, it's always turning. So it's like, I think it's something called, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that it's called centrifugal force.
Okay. Honey, he had to choke. He had to choke on that one. He's like, I think it's called centrifugal.
Oh my Lord. I might be wrong. Considering God was like, nope, take that back. But I think it has something to do with spinning.
Okay, with spinning.
So it creates just like the planet.
You know what?
Is always spinning.
This is my thing. These bodies
are fragile.
And I think they're made to be on planet Earth. Yeah. Now, this is the thing. When it's time, when this body is like tired and old or sick or whatever, and it's time for me to leave my energy, it'll be plenty of time for me to be floating in the ether somewhere.
Honey, because there's enough videos of you all over the internet. We can program a brand new version of
Oh my goodness! And you better make her sexy.
Well, I mean, it has to be at least
a 2.0. Will you give her a nice fat juicy pussy?
Well, are we talking a cat, or are we talking the nether regions? A southern exposure.
You are so naughty.
Well, I mean,
you deserve a spanking.
I don't know which kind of you're talking about now, but
all of the above.
Yes. The part that I'm having a little bit of an issue with lately is, besides trying to choke down whatever lie I just said on the air, apparently God did not like, and that looks like a belly button, the one eyeball, is all of this recent solar activity. And apparently we're starting to ramp up. And that's why there's been so many different problems with cell phone reception, websites and a whole bunch of other different things lately.
Yeah.
And what they're saying is that, from what I gather, is that the radiation out in space is deadly. So when there's a solar flare, whoever's in space, they're in danger.
Oh.
And they have to like go into a special like section of the spacecraft. So if that's going to continue to increase, then doesn't that mean that space travel is going to be more risky?
Oh.
But can you imagine flying up, paying, I don't know, $1 million, $2 million, like William Shatner, which I think was really cool that he got to do that.
I know. That was a full circle moment for him, I think.
But he was the backup, you know that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They had someone else, the other guy.
Oh, they did.
That was supposed to go up, and he turned it down.
Oh, so then.
And he was on the Tonight Show, not Tonight Show, one of the other shows. And he's like, I'm not going up there and paying that.
Oh.
The other guy who's an astronaut guy.
Okay.
Cannot remember his name, but I'm sure it'll click in my brain in a moment. But that's my, like, thing in my head. How is it going to be safe? Let's say you pay the money, you go up there, you're up there for a minute, and bam, basically you turn into a toaster oven.
How long is it up there for? Is it like 3 minutes or something?
I don't even know the answer to that.
Yeah, let me see something.
I don't know the answer to that. But the thing that I find strange is, like, if you might have to hit the little green button if it's not going to turn. Oh, here we go. If you're up there and you're paying somebody, I'm sure you're going to have to sign a waiver, right?
Yeah.
And that they're not going to be held responsible. So let's say you have all these millionaires that go up there, the elite, and you got a can full of them, let's say 4 or 6 of them. And they all come down like turkey, cooked turkeys.
Cooked turkeys, yeah.
And a really nice umbrella on the way down.
Well,
that's the part that I have the issue with.
Yeah.
Like, there's too many things that are unknown.
Well, what's so amazing to me is like how we have advanced in our studies of that, because look of space, outer space, because look at that rocket we launched to basically collide into that meteor. Yeah.
The asteroid.
The asteroid, yeah. And that's to test, to see, in case we ever really need to do it one day, because an asteroid, and you can ask the dinosaurs, well, you can't because they're not here anymore.
We can look at their bones.
But we can look at their bones. Yeah, an asteroid supposedly hit this planet and demolished, and I should say obliterated the dinosaurs.
It was mass extinction.
Yeah, it was. So I think they want to test this out to see how it goes, because if there is ever one coming our way, they want to be able to
bounce it off. And actually, I think that's part of the DARPA thing, which I looked up earlier today. Ironically, it's kind of funny that you mentioned it, because there's two different. It kind of ties in line with the other thing that you mentioned. Lasers. They're talking about lasers, and just recently the Russians, and I don't mean vodka, Russian vodka, unfortunately, they shot down one of our satellites.
Oh, wow.
With a missile.
Wow, okay.
Okay, so that's one thing that
I
happened.
Vaguely remember that.
Just happened recently. And then we put up the one of those things that's going to bounce, it's going to smash into an asteroid. I can't remember the name of it. And it's supposed to deflect it off. And now we're starting to do these laser things also as well.
Wow.
To bounce off things. Because there's apparently 2060. Hopefully we'll both look 10, 20 years younger.
Oh, 2060.
We can hang on.
You know how many years that's from now?
We're only halfway done.
Listen, 2060 is 40 years away.
We're only halfway done. Let me tell you all.
Listen, I'll be an old bitch.
You're gonna be You're gonna blink and your belly button's gonna move.
Okay.
She's gonna blink and she'll be like her belly button's
like
gonna move. Yeah, that's gonna be me. We're both gonna be like that. What you talking about, sister? We got a lot of living to do yet still. We'll get upgraded between now and then.
Yeah. Well, with all the technology, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But they supposedly are talking about something in 2060 that's an imminent threat.
Wow.
And then there's ones that pop up every now and then that are close, near Earth objects.
Yeah. Okay.
NEO is.
But the one that's in 2060 it's coming our way.
It's supposedly projected to be closer than the moon.
Oh wow.
That's where there's a problem.
Oh.
So it's in between us and the moon.
Oh my God.
Like if it's past the moon, we cool. We're okay. But if you start, this is my question, like when you play pool, when you have all the balls on the table and you hit one and it goes and hits something else. My concern is y'all are going to smash into an object that has nothing. They don't care if you're a human being or if you are an amoeba. And you're going to smash one pool ball into potentially another?
Yeah.
How is that going to help?
Well, you know what the point is? They just want that shit staying away from our planet.
I know, but what's going to say if you nudge it and you actually make it worse?
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, I would imagine that they've done their research and they're continuing to do the research, but you're right, because every action has a reaction. So when it collides, it's going to break into pieces, and where are the pieces going to go? You're right.
I mean, seriously. I mean, just like, I just think it's braggart. I don't know if that's the correct word. It's arrogant, I should say, to think that I'm using my dictionary words. I'm using the big words. I think it's arrogant or cocky, let's say, for a human being or any human being to think that they know what's going to happen when no one has any fucking clue.
I know.
I mean, just leave shit alone.
It's true.
In this instance, because it's not just affecting you. It's affecting the entire planet.
Well, I think too it's for the good of humanity. Because if they allow an asteroid like the one that killed the dinosaurs to hit the planet, I mean, it'll destroy us as a human race. Yeah. We won't be here anymore. So I think it's for the greater good of humanity. But in that you take your chances and you don't. I'm sure there is risk trying to save humanity. Yeah. There's probably plenty of risk. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, what are you doing for the holidays?
Well, it's kind of ironic I don't have it, and I was planning on putting it up, and I forgot to. I got a little Jewish dreidel / menorah light fixture to go across.
Yeah. Well,
because I might partially be Jewish, and just by insertion.
Let me just say this: you're a day late and $1 short.
No, today's the last day of Hanukkah. Today's the last day.
Yeah, I think I'm playing with you.
No, it is.
I think it's another day or two.
Yeah, I still got 1 or 2 more days today and tomorrow.
I think the 8th
or 6th or 7th or 8th. I can't remember because it started on the 28th.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not today's the last day.
No. Yesterday was the last day because it's 8 days of Hanukkah.
It's 9 lights. It's 9 lights.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. Next year.
Oh, let me tell you something, sister.
Listen. Next year, you better get it right. You better start when it starts because
right after Thanksgiving.
But I guess you're a little bit Jewish.
Hey,
you're a little bit Jewish. So
at least I'm trying.
You know what? At least you're trying. You know what? Put it up for just for the good intentions.
Yes, good intentions do count. And I have my Hanukkah little fixture out there.
Yeah.
You walk right past it, right past the big screen TV.
Your Hanukkah little. Well, has it been confirmed?
No, not yet. But blood work so far is just confirming, reconfirming, and reconfirming, and reconfirming.
Oh, you little Jewish boy, you.
Oy vey.
Did you have your boss mitzvah or your bar?
You know, the funny thing is that I actually got a menu from the grocery store.
You did?
Because one of our friends, I should say not one of our friends, Pretty Ricky's friend, who also happens to be a friend of mine, is coming down, and we're going to do something to celebrate.
Oh, that's nice. When are they coming, next week?
I can't remember. It's in between this show and next show.
Oh, so it'll be okay.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna it's gonna be 2 people coming, right?
Yes.
Oh,
correct.
okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a little festive time then.
Yeah. It's her and her daughter.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I think I met them.
Not
maybe.
that one.
Oh, okay. I'm getting the mother-daughter team mixed up. Yeah.
This is a different one. So shout out to Casey. So we will see you soon. She's getting out of Ohio.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So did anyone see the Soul Train Music Awards this past week?
I heard it was really good.
Oh my God, it was so good. Oh my God. Maxwell got an award. He performed. Ashanti got an award. Oh my God, all the songs. People were just standing up and dancing and singing. El DeBarge performed. I mean,
wow.
So many different performances. It was really good. And all that old music, like, it just takes you back, you know?
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Talking about stars that are wonderful. Poor Alec Baldwin. Did you see the interview? Did you see the interview or no?
I did.
I feel so horribly for him. I know we talked about it the last time, but we didn't. I mean, I thought for certain it was going to be done and over for with him, to be honest with you. But I think because of the way that the timing of when he did the interview and the sincerity of the interview and the candidness of it, as well as understanding that it wasn't his fault, and the way that he said it, I mean, I just feel really badly for him. But I also think it's like a really big learning lesson for not just him, but for anybody in the entertainment industry. And we talked about it before, that they're going to probably have to change things.
Well, this is, I think on so many different levels, this is going to have an impact. I think it's going to have an impact with the way the movie industry deals with guns going forward. I believe that it's definitely going to have an impact on his life and his family's life. Maybe even humble him a little bit, because let's be real, Alec Baldwin, from the things that I've heard and some of his behavior, I mean, can anyone say arrogant, like angry? You know,
I remember our conversation that we had off the air.
White Irish, white, privileged, rich male in America. Okay, so listen, if anything's gonna humble you, this shit should humble you. And that doesn't mean I don't like him. I think he's a great actor, but I'm just calling it out. I mean, I'm just speaking real about that. You know, one of my girlfriends, she's like, oh, please, I don't feel sorry for him. He has this $80 million that he's sitting on pretty, and he has all his homes and this and that and the other. But you know what? I do kind of feel sorry, because it was a horrific accident. And whether you have $80 million or $8 in the bank, you know, it's a horrible thing to happen to anybody. And so I do feel sorry for him that he's going through this, because this is going to, whether he likes it or not, it's going to really impact his life, his career, his family. And, you know, he did say that he never wants to do a movie with guns in it again.
That's good.
So,
I mean, I guess if someone dying because of that situation stops the industry from actually using guns, even though it's horrible that it had to come to that, and that poor daughter, husband, wife, whoever.
Well, because I feel so bad. I mean, can you imagine? People were probably freaking the fuck out on that
Wouldn't
set.
even know what to do.
Because they said, I think, cold gun, which is supposed to indicate the gun is safe.
Yeah.
And, they're practicing, like, the way to angle the gun and stuff. And all of a sudden, the thing goes up. Now, he claims he didn't pull the trigger.
No.
And you're hearing all kind of shit, like, people are saying, gun experts are saying, that can't be, you'd have to pull the trigger for it to be released.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, but what I'm saying is, I don't know anything about guns. And let me just make this clear, I don't like guns.
I don't like guns either.
Them. I don't like the energy of them. No. I've had different friends that have had them. I don't want them around me. I don't like them. This whole right to bear arms is, and I understand it, I get it, but God, people act like we're fucking back in the wild, wild west, like in 1818 or something.
My brother died from a gun wound.
Mm-hmm.
Got shot.
Yeah.
Back in 1992, 1993.
Mm.
So I definitely have a personal experience with guns. So yes, I'm deathly afraid of guns. But
I don't like them. But anyway, bottom line is, it happened, and I can just imagine when that gun went off and she fell to the ground. Alec Baldwin was probably like, what the fuck just happened?
He probably just stepped out of his body.
Yeah, and all the crew and everything, I can just imagine. But it's an unfortunate accident that's going to have a lot of repercussions. Yeah. And, he's already being sued.
I know.
Because he's a producer on the film.
I know.
So that might make him liable than if he was just an actor. I don't know. Yeah. But, heavy duty.
Speaking of stars, what do you think about Mr. Cuomo being fired?
Oh my God.
Because of his dirty brother. I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it out loud. I was just thinking that. I better stop.
You better stop.
I better stop. But, what? Are you kidding me?
Now listen.
So he was...
Another example of how you can be on top one day.
And underneath the bus the next.
Underneath the bus the next. Because this literally happened in a matter of a few days.
Yeah.
And, and I think he thought he was untouchable. When I say untouchable, meaning like what he was doing for his brother, I don't believe he felt like it would threaten his career. And it ended up doing that.
Well, he was giving him the lowdown ahead of time. How can you not... That was privileged information.
Yeah, this is the thing. Let's keep it real.
It's family.
Family kitchen talk. People will not admit it. They won't admit it. But the reality is, family talks to family.
Oh, yeah.
And looks out for family. So, this isn't anything new.
No.
But they're going to be made an example of. Because they are who they are.
Yeah.
They are who they are.
I didn't even know they were related.
You didn't?
No!
I think the one on CNN is so cute.
Oh, he's beyond cute.
I think he's so handsome.
He's super fun.
Listen, do you need a job? I can't pay you what you get over there. I can't pay you with dollars. I can pay you with something else.
We can both give you a hand.
No, but he's a cutie pie. Yeah. So we'll see how this all plays out because, what is this going to mean for his career?
I mean, I think pretty much because of the position that he had, and because of it basically being like premeditated. I mean, and
you know what? This is the thing.
I don't think that there's any way to get out of this one.
Yeah, and in recent years, haven't we seen so many powerful men fall, and even some women? Because look at Kelly. What was the one that was on NBC? I forgot. But her career gone. I mean, they may make comebacks. Who knows? Yeah. But I'm just saying. Look at on
Osborne,
NBC2.
Kelly Osborne. I mean, Sharon Osborne.
Sharon Osborne.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Matt Lauer.
Megan such and such. What's her name?
Yeah, that's who I was talking
She
about.
switched now. She's on fake news. Fox.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about her. I know what you're saying.
Megan McCain.
Megan McCain.
Megan McCain is. I just saw it the other day. I'm like.
But she didn't. She left I knew she was leaving to go to Fox.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But she didn't have a scandal.
No,
but I'm
no.
talking about like people that were on top that like have literally, and you know maybe they're still rich and they have their money,
but their pride,
but their reputation and their career. So it's really something.
It's that what is it? That cancel culture.
Yeah. Cancel culture. Now,
don't you go canceling me, and if you don't like it, tough shit.
Honey, I've been canceled and renewed over and over again. I'm canceled and I'm renewed again. But no, you know who's made like a nice comeback? Kathy Griffin.
Oh, I love her.
She was on The View last week. Yeah.
I love her.
She was diagnosed with cancer recently.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but she seems to be doing good.
Is her mom still alive?
No, her mom passed away.
Yeah.
She's dealt with like a lot of stuff these last few years. She said she was so hurt when CNN dropped her, and also, you know, the friendship between her and Anderson Cooper.
Oh wow.
You know, they cut her off quick.
Well, that's the whole what is that? The clothing line family.
And then you're just talking about Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
But then she used an example of someone on the Republican side that did something like her.
And it was nothing.
And I can't remember his name. I wish I could say the name so the audience would know. But they just got a smack on the wrist, and it wasn't nothing. And see, that's the double standard. Yeah. She's a woman, and this person is a man on the Republican side, and she's a Democrat, and you know she was talking against Trump and the Republicans.
I know.
And so, you know, so that's a double standard.
Oh, of course it is.
I mean, the misogyny.
Give me a break. She's always been on the edge of insanity with her humor.
And you know what? A lot of them are. But you know, at this point, I think a lot of the comedians are really proceeding with caution now.
Stepping on eggshells.
Because of the cancel culture.
Yeah.
You know, like be very careful with the type of jokes they say. And Well,
I guess we might have to start doing that too. Not. That's not going to happen. Well, we are 1 hour and 12 minutes into another fabulous show.
I'm sure you all are probably like, okay, you two, time to give those traps of yours a break.
No.
But I hope you enjoyed the show.
I'm sure they did.
Yes.
I'm sure they definitely did.
And you know, we'll see you again sometime soon.
We definitely will. So I don't know when, but hopefully 2 weeks from now
we'll see. Yeah, we'll play it by ear. And if not,
oh my God, that's hysterical. That was absolutely perfect.
And if not, I just want to wish everyone a wonderful holiday season. And it's 2022 coming up in less than a month.
Ugh, it's right around the corner. So, thank you for watching, all of you, all across the United States, Mexico, and Canada, Oot and a Boot, and every week.
And the world.
And the world, all around the world. www.world. So, we're going to dance it out at the end.
Yes, we are. And thank you. Oh!
I can't do that.
Woo!
You're gonna have a nip slip. See, this is when we need Pretty Ricky.
on the show